All right, welcome back to the KnivesFAST channel, guys. We have got a amazing knife to check out today. This is from Coprolite Steve, who is a great viewer of the channel. Say hello to Ren and Stimpy and Powder Toast Man and Login TV, and let's get started. Again, first Shirogorov knife ever on the KnivesFAST channel. Pretty crazy of Steve to send this to Big Red EDC, and then to me, this is the Shirogorov Knives F95 NLKC in LMAX with black and orange micarta. There is your lifetime warranty. You can freeze that and check it out. Steve, thank you, man. Look at that black and orange micarta and this great gray titanium. How gorgeous. And you got a gray satin finish blade. So, guys, I don't usually play at this level of knife. So it was just wild of Steve to send this along so I could check it out. Because I've often said, you know, what can be that much better about this knife? Kind of like I did about the Hinderers, to make them as high priced as they are. Now, these come from Russia, as you know. But this is a absolutely masterful knife. Look at that logo etched into the titanium. Great screws there with the flat tooling, and you have this great orange and black micarta. Steve went to a school where his colors are orange and black. You have the lanyard slot back there, really, really cool. You just have one standoff, and it is open after that. Now, there's no milling for weight, but it doesn't really need it. This thing feels so light for the size. You have this only tip up right side carry clip here, goes in and out of the pocket. Well, now I just carried this around the house. I'm going to put it in and out of the pocket one more time. Yeah, it goes in and out very, very nicely. No problems whatsoever. Doesn't feel weird in the pocket, in the hand, I mean, is what I was trying to say. Really, really nicely done. They kind of made the lock bar relief look like a design element, which I think is really cool. You do have a lock bar interface and over travel stop there. And your tooling is so simple. You got one screw back here, your pocket clip screw, and the pivot. And then on this side, obviously, there's the heads for those screws. And your show side is really clean. And let's flip this guy open. Whoops, that was me. So there is nothing on this blade except the word LMAX, which I think is great. Full flat grind on this guy. Really, really ridiculously beautiful and awesome. Look at that, how flat and gorgeous. And I mean, you can put your thumb or your finger anywhere up here, and it feels great. There's just nothing really complicated looking about this knife, but there's a lot complicated in the engineering of it. Very, very simple drop point. Good lock, sharpening choil there. Really acute plunge, which is great in my mind. I love it. And guys, the angle of this, it's a little thicker stock, but the angle is great. Matter of fact, let's do a cut here. I think I did some of this on the unboxing, but I'm going to do it anyway. Again, this is Steve's knife. Whoops. So I've been really careful with this very expensive knife and not carried it outside the house at all. But you can see, anyway, of course I'm screwing it up, but you can see it just wants to cut. There we go. Really, really sharp and slicey. Again, not super acutely thin, but thin enough to cut very, very well. All right, let's get this back up here. So just a gorgeous, gorgeous knife. And I'm going to clean that blade off just a little bit. Now, I wasn't able to find this exact black and orange one to give you the specs on, but I believe Steve said it was $700, and I'm looking currently at a blue and black, which is gorgeous, which is about $700, and it looks like pretty much the same knife, so I'm going to take the specs off of there. The blade length is 3.875. The cutting edge is 4 inches. The LMAX stainless steel, of course. The thickness is 0.157. So again, that stock is thicker, but you have plenty of room for that to come down to a nice thin edge because it's a taller grind all the way to the top. 4.7 ounces, but I'm telling you, it doesn't feel that way. The handle thickness is 0.54. The overall length is 8.75. The closed length is 5 inches. A single titanium barrel spacer on the back. Single row bearing system. That's what the SRB means on here, single row bearings. Shirogorov cloth and certificate of authenticity, obviously made in Russia. Very, very cool. Now, these run, like I said, $700, basically. Way out of what I'm spending on a knife so far. But let me just talk about a couple of things. First of all, lockup is amazing. You do see your stop pin external there. Your flipper has a nice relief here and good jimping to just grab your finger. And this guy just flies out. And it is smooth, smooth, smooth on the close. Dead centered. Now, I was a little worried about that tip. It seems really close. And I do feel the tip just slightly when I really put my finger in there. Is that going to grab me? Probably not. But it's worth mentioning. It is very close to that edge. You see that? Again, don't think it's a big deal, but man, is that ever cutting it close for somebody grabbing in there. Just something to be aware of. It did not cut me, but I just thought I would point that out. Now, nothing really coming close on the edge back here. Really nicely done there. As far as lockup, you got about 15. So it is a little early on the lockup, but again, it is solid as a rock and not going anywhere. Drops to your thumb, one shake gets it home, and it is not failing on that detent. That detent is magic. It is perfection. It is the smoothest flipper knife I have felt as far as how it comes out, how it feels when it comes out, how it closes. Just very, very smooth. Now, ergos, perfection in my book. This, I get out here. Now, would I like to have a finger choil? Sure. But I have plenty of room back here, so I don't really need it. And it just feels money. And that clip is low enough that you don't feel it. And they've chamfered this down so that, you know, it just, I mean, this was built for ergos, man. Just really good. Plenty of lock bar access is not an issue whatsoever. No lock stick of any sort. Buttery smooth. Just absolutely buttery smooth. Dig this knife. Steve, I am just blown away that you sent this for me to check out. And guys, bottom line, if you have the money, it is worth it. This is now, do I wish it was less expensive so I could get one? Sure. But at the same point, this is a magnificently built knife. Very, very beautiful and just overall wonderful. So thanks, Steve, so much for letting me check it out. Again, nice big knife, and I dig that. Guys, give me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this one. Give me a thumbs up. And guys, thank you ever so much for all your support and watching the Knives Fast channel.